Woo-Suk go. Righty reliever to face Dominic Keegan, Braden Taylor, and Tanner Murray. Keegan has drawn 2 walks and hit a 2-run double. He's 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored. He takes high and tight ball 1 from the righty Go, who has never faced the Montgomery Biscuits, added to the roster just after the Blue Wahoos played the Montgomery most recently in early July. 1-0 from the righty, and a fastball is at the knees for a strike. Go pitching to an ERA of 13.5 with the Wahoos. A couple bad outings have marred some positive developments for the righty. Signed by the Padres to a 2-year deal out of Korea prior to the season. He was sent to the Marlins organization in the Luis Arraez trade in May. 1-1, lifted foul 1-2. Go joined the Blue Wahoos on July 11th. This is his 9th appearance. In 4 of his last 5, he has not allowed any earned runs. So if the whole point of sending Woo-Suk Go from AAA Jacksonville down here to Pensacola was for him to refine his mechanics and figure some stuff out, well, I'm not ready to say mission accomplished, but certainly some positive signs in that direction. 1-2, Keegan takes a fastball high, 2-2. Go just 2 years ago was the KBO's league leader in saves with the LGTWINS. Can't ask for a lower leverage situation than this, trailing by 11 runs in the 8th. 2-2, pounded off the plate, weakly towards third, charging in Paulie, gloves, throws to first, and Keegan retired, out number 1. Braden Taylor bats next. Fans discover the secret to flawless skin at Skin and Tonic Medical Spa in Pace, Florida. Experience their award-winning NeoGen PSR treatment that not only removes sun damage, but also firms and tightens your skin. Enjoy the benefits of enhanced collagen stimulation that lasts for up to 2 years. Why wait to rejuvenate your skin? Visit them today at skinandtonic.pro or call them at 850-966-9099. Skin and Tonic, where beautiful skin begins. Braden Taylor has driven in 4 today. His first Biscuits homer in the 2nd and a 2-run single in the 6th. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Go, the 5th pitcher of the night for Pensacola. Tough start from the usually reliable Patrick Monteverde. He allowed 10 runs on 8 hits in an inning and 2/3. Tough to come back from that. 0-1 fouled at the plate, and the count is 0-2. The good news is, if you're a Blue Wahoos fan, a loss by 11 runs counts the same by a loss by 1 run. And Biloxi right now is trailing in their game. It's still 1-0. Braves in front in the top of the 7th at Keesler Federal Park. 0-2 from Go. Up and away, 1-2. If the Blue Wahoos lose and the Shuckers lose, it's still a 2-game gap between first place Biloxi and second place Pensacola, with 29 to play in the regular season. Woo-Suk Go comes set. Righty rocks and fires. 1-2 in the dirt to the backstop. 2-2. Go deals the 2-2 to Braden Taylor. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 3-2. Fastball velocity there at 94. We've seen it 95 from Go. Three-two payoff to Taylor with Tanner Murray on deck. And the pitch. Just up and away. Close pitch to take, but it's ball 4. That'll bring in Tanner Murray. Murray, 1 for 3. Gifted an RBI double on a shallow pop-up to right field that was jarred loose out of the glove of Morissette on a collision after it had found the pocket of his glove. Woo-Suk Go ready. First pitch to Murray. A swing and a tapper foul up the third base side, 0-1. Carter was discussing the Tennessee Smokies as one of the few teams that has better numbers than the Biscuits as of late. That is offensively. And the Wahoos are going to have a test in their next road trip. A week from tonight, they'll begin a 6-game set against the Smokies in a championship series rematch from Smokies Stadium in Kodak. 0-1, Murray swings and misses. Looked like a good hard slider down and away, and the count is 0-2. It'll be a different looking Smokies team than the one that came here to Pensacola. That was back in late May. Smokies took 5 of 6. But the Cubs continue to send some of their best prospects to their Double-A affiliate. Pitch down low in the dirt, blocked by Mack. Runner at first, Taylor not being held. 1-2, chopper up the third baseline, foul. It'll be Pensacola's final trip to Smokies Stadium. That is in the regular season. Smokies relocating to downtown Knoxville in 2025, and that ballpark is beginning to take shape. But the Smokies look like they'll be the second team in the North Division to come into the playoff field after the first half champion Birmingham Barons locked up their spot. 1-2. Murray takes up and in, 2-2. The Wahoos have had identical playoff opponents each of the last 2 years, beating Montgomery in the division series and facing off against Tennessee in the championship series in 2022 and 2023. Wahoos beat the Smokies in 22, lost to the Smokies in 23. 2-2, grounded sharply to short to his left. Cerna flips to the second baseman. Morissette on to first, double play. Cerna had to lead Morissette, who was behind the base, but well turned, a 6-4-3 double play ends the top of the 8th. Biscuits send just 3 men to the plate. It's 14-3 Montgomery into the home 8th here on Valley Live on the Blue Wahoos Baseball Network.
Everybody, this is Troy Johnson of the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, and you're listening to the Blue Wahoos Baseball Network.
Well, Troy Johnston, his ears must have been burning. We were just talking about him a few moments ago. He takes us on a break. We head to the 9th here in Pensacola. 14-5, Montgomery leading the Blue Wahoos. With Carter Bainbridge, I'm Eric Bramer. Woo-Suk Go is on for a second inning of relief. In the 9th, he'll face 8-9-1, Etzel, Auer, and Simpson. After allowing a walk, but facing just 3 men in the 8th, he's back out for the 9th. And the righty's first to Matthew Etzel is swung on and golfed in the air high and deep to right center. Barry going back to the wall. That ball's gone. First pitch swinging. Etzel hits his second home run of the night. His first 2 Montgomery homers have come on the same evening. And another run for the Biscuits that they hope they won't need. It's now 15-5. 5th home run for the Biscuits tonight. 2 from Etzel, 1 from Hernandez, 1 from Taylor, and 1 from Auer. Mason Auer, who hit a solo homer in his previous at-bat in a 1-for-4 evening, will bat next. Goes first, low and away, 1-0. Well, because we were talking about Troy Johnston and he was just on our radio rejoin, we should note that Griffin Conine hit a grand slam for AAA Jacksonville tonight. Jumbo Shrimp playing the Memphis Redbirds, the Cardinals affiliate. Pitch in for a strike, the count is 1-1. And as long as we're looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, we'll give you another update on the game in Biloxi. 1-0, Braves leading the Shuckers. That game now in the bottom of the 8th. Go deals the 1-1, and a breaking ball locks up Auer, taken at the knees for a strike, 1-2.
How about Matthew Etzel? 8 minor league homers coming into today, 2 today.
Taken just outside, 2-2 to Auer.
Don't see a lot of multi-homer games in this league, at least not this year, but didn't Carson Williams have one?
Sure did.
Against the Wahoos earlier on this year?
A rain-delayed game at Riverwalk Stadium. That was during Harrison Spahn's hot streak as well, as Spahn had the only multi-homer game of the year for the Wahoos that week in Montgomery. Pitch low and away, 3-2.
Yeah, no surprise for Etzel, his first professional multi-homer game. Former Orioles farmhand.
Acquired in a trade just this year. Pitch outside, and Auer draws a walk. Lineup will turn over for the Biscuits and Chandler Simpson. Well, you ask, I can answer. The Wahoos have had 47, now make it 48 with Harrison Spahn. Multi-homer games. They've had only 2 homer games. They've never had a 3-homer game. Bunch of them last year. 8 of them last year, the last 2 from Victor Mesa Jr. Not quite the same team the Wahoos have this season. Last year, the 7th most home runs in a season in Southern League history. First pitch in for a strike to Chandler Simpson, who has reached 3 times out of the leadoff spot. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Auer not being held on at first, with the Biscuits up big. 15-5, they lead in the 9th. 0-1 pitch, fastball at the knees for a strike. Simpson checked his swing, but it's a strike anyway. Rays falling 3-2 to the Astros at Tropicana Field tonight. Woo-Suk goes sets. And the pitch. Simpson chases down and in. He strikes out. Coming up empty on a good pitch down and in, a slider it appeared. Out number 1 in the 9th, Carson Williams bats next. We get our Rays updates on social media from the former voice of the Montgomery Biscuits, Chris Adams-Wall, who got a big league gig midway through last year, hosting the pre- and post-game show for the Rays and occasionally doing some excellent play-by-play. Pitching for a strike, the count is 0-2. Pretty good run of play-by-play broadcasters coming through Montgomery in recent years. Joe Davis, now the national voice of MLB on Fox, was actually in the visiting broadcast booth here at Blue Wahoo Stadium for the first game in team history. Pitch in the dirt down. Mack blocks it, but taking off for second is Auer. He'll advance on a wild pitch. Blue Wahoos played the Biscuits for their home opener in their inaugural 2012 season. In the home broadcast booth was Tommy Thrall, currently the radio voice of the Cincinnati Reds. And in the visiting booth, calling games for the Biscuits, Joe Davis, currently the TV voice of the Dodgers and also the marquee events for the Fox network. 1-1 the count to Carson Williams. He takes high, 2-1. Our friend Jack Sadigan currently down the hall in his first year, voicing Biscuits baseball. He'll have a chance to call playoff baseball for the first time after a couple years as the number 2 for the Mississippi Braves. 2-1 pitch, line into center. That's a base hit. Auer had to see it through, and he'll hold it third. Carson Williams has his second hit of the night. He's now 2 for 5, and that'll bring in Xavier Isaac. With that hit, the Wahoos are going to have to activate their bullpen. The hope was to get Woo-Suk go through 2 innings. After a quick and effective 8th, he's run in trouble here in the 9th. 1 run already in on the first pitch homer to Etzel. A walk, a strikeout, and a single have runners at the corners for Isaac, who has reached 3 times with 2 singles, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Go Deals. Breaking ball drops in for a strike, 0-1. Was asked this by a season ticket member this afternoon what the playoff format will be. And we talked about it in passing a couple times on the broadcast, but because we've got an audience of Montgomery folks, we might as well lay it out for them as well. Check swing, no swing on a pitch upstairs, 1-1. The division series is a best of 3. And the Blue Wahoos, as the first half champions the last 2 years, had home field advantage. They host games 2 and 3. This year, Montgomery knows that they'll have game 2 and, if necessary, game 3 at Riverwalk Stadium. Pitch taken down and in, the count is 1-1. So if the Wahoos make it to the playoffs, and they certainly hope they will, as the second half champions, they would host game 1 on the Tuesday after the regular season, September 17th. Then there would be a travel day on the Wednesday, Game 2 would be Thursday in Montgomery. Game 3, if necessary, would also be Thursday in Montgomery. 2-1 pitch, lifted out to left, hit well. Sasaki going back, running out of room, leaping at the wall, and that ball's gone. Xavier Isaac hits another Biscuits homer. It's an 18-5 lead. And Montgomery has gone deep count 'em, 6 times tonight in Pensacola. Opposite field pop from Xavier Isaac. Heriberto Hernandez, who hit a 2-run homer all the way back in the 6-run first, will bat next. First pitch to Hernandez taken up and away. It's 1-0. Well, now fans can do what they want, and I respect anyone who stuck it out here to the 9th. Hopefully the fan experience has been positive despite the lack of excitement on the scoreboard. Pitch outside, 2-0. I guess I'm just surprised by the handful of fans who decided that home run was the breaking point for them. I feel like if you're here in the 9th, might as well just stick it out till the end, but I'm a different breed, I guess. Pitch upstairs, 3-0 to Heriberto Hernandez with Dominic Keegan waiting on deck. Second time this year the Wahoos have allowed 18 runs in a game. They've both been to the Montgomery Biscuits. As a pitch misses inside, it's a walk to Heriberto Hernandez. Looks like Chandler Joswalk, the lefty, is getting loose, and Kevin Randall's seen enough. The 8th was good for Woo-Suk Go, not so here in the 9th. He's allowed 2 homers and 4 runs. With a Hernandez walk, we will go one man deeper into the Pensacola pen, trying